مرحبا وقم ذهب الأولاد إلى المدرسة إلا عباسا. The boys went to the school except Abbas. The word except is the key word. If you recall, in the last episode we discussed exception in the Arabic language, which is called al-istithna. Now look at the sentence again. ذهب الأولاد, the boys went إلى المدرسة, to the school, إلا عباس, except for Abbas. This sentence has three parts, as I told you the last time. The first part is the ذهب الأولاد إلى المدرسة, which is the word al-awladu. The second part is the word إلا, and the third part is the word Abbasan. The first word al-awladu, I told you, is called al-mustasna minhu. This is the general word from which we are going to be making exception. And in the Arabic language, this word grammatically is called al-mustathna minhu, the one which we made exception from. The second word, illa, this is called adatul istithna, the tool for making exception, the excepting particle. Now the last word, abbasan, this is called al-mustathna, the exception. This is because when we say the sentence, the boys went to the school, all of the boys are captured here. But when we said illa, except, your mind would already made you to know that not all of the boys went, because there is an exception. Who is the exception? That is Abbas. This we discussed extensively that time. Today we want to look at our book and see hukmul mustathna bi illa, the rule guiding the word that is being accepted, the exception, when it is made using the word illa. What we want to look, basically the word Abbas from this sentence, want to look at the rule guiding it. Should it always appear as Abbasan, or it is possible for it to appear as Abbasan or even Abbasin? This we shall learn. But before we go into that, let's quickly look at these examples from our book. Here we have 9 examples, 3 from each section. The first one says, Athmaratil ashjaru illa shajaratan. The trees produced except for a tree. If we look at this sentence, first, the trees is mentioned, the word al-ashjar is mentioned, which is the al-mustathna minhu. Second, this is a positive sentence, not a negative. There's no negative particle here. Number 2, we have tar al-hammamu illa wahidatan. The birds, al-hammam, the birds, a type of bird, they all flew except for a bird. Flew except for a bird. Then we have farra al-junudu illa al-qa'ida. The soldiers, the troop, ran except for the leader. This is also a positive sentence that the al-mustathna minhu is mentioned. Number 4, we have lam tatafattahil azharu illa al-banafsija aw al-banafsiju. That is, the flowers did not open. This is a negative sentence, except for one flower, which is al-banafsij. Now here al-banafsij is mentioned in 2 ways. The first one, it appears with fatha, al-banafsija, or it can appear with what? Dhamma. What is the reason? We shall learn that. Number 5, we have lam yanjul mustahimuna illa ahmada aw ahmadu. The bathers were not saved or did not succeed except Ahmad. So you can see the word Ahmad appeared as Ahmada or Ahmadu. We say the reason. Number 5, we have ma sallamtu ala al-qadimina illa al-awwal. I did not greet the comers, those who are coming, except for the first, awil awwali or awwali. Number 7, we have la yusdin nasihata illa al-mukhlisun. No one gives advice except the mukhlisun, those who are righteous, the good ones. Ma sahabtu al-akhyar, ma sahabtu illa al-akhyar. I did not befriend anyone except the good ones. Then we have la tasuddu shu'ubu illa bil akhlaq. The youth will not lead except with morality and morality and character. Now we have here تأمل الأمثلة الثلاثة الأولى. You have to study the first three examples. المستثنى منه مذكورا. You will find out that the word from which exception is made is mentioned في كل مثال in all the examples. وتجد الكلام في كل منها مثبتا أي غير منفي. And you also see that the sentence statement in each of them is a positive statement. وإذا تأملت المستثنى وجدته منصوبا في الأمثلة الثلاثة جميعها. And if you were to study critically المستثنى, that is the mustasna, the word which is being accepted, wajatahu mansuban, you see that it is in a mansub, in nasbu case, accusative case carrying fatha, fil amthilati thalath jami'an, in three examples. ولو أنك تتبعت المستثنى بإلا في جميع التراكيب التي ذكر فيها المستثنى منه وكان الكلام فيها مثبتا. And if you have to look at every statement, every compound word or every compound statement that al-mustasna is being mentioned and the statement is also a positive statement, you find out that the mustasna will be carrying fatha. La wajadtahu mansuban daima. انظر إلى الأمثلة الثلاثة الثانية. Now look at the second three examples. تجد المستثنى منه مذكورا في كل مثال منها أيضا. You will see that المستثنى منه is also mentioned in each of them. كما كان في الأمثلة الثلاث الأولى, just as it was in the first three examples. ولكن الكلام هنا منفيا, but the sentences here, the statements here are negative statements. وإذا تأملت المستثنى بإلا في هذه الأمثلة وجدت آخره يقع على حالتين. And if you look at the mustasna, the words which are accepted, you see that they come in two different conditions. Fataratan yankunus mansuban. The first condition is that they will be in the fatha case carrying fatha. Wataratan yakunu tabi'an lil mustasna minhu fi i'rabi. Or sometimes you see that it is following the mustasna minhu in terms of the fatha. When the mustasna minhu is carrying fatha, it will do. If it is carrying dhamma, it will do. If it is carrying kasra, the mustasna will also do the same thing. ولو أنك تتبعت المستثنى بإلا في كل تركيب يشبه الأمثلة المذكورة هنا. If you are to follow up any sentence that you see in this way, لوجدته دائما إما منصوبا, you see that it is either منصوب وإما تابعا للمستثنى منه في إعراب, or it is following the مستثنى منه in terms of the grammar rule. وبالرجوع إلى الأمثلة الثلاث الأخيرة, returning back to the last three examples, تجد المستثنى منه محذوفا, you find out that the general word from which exception is made is omitted. محذوفا في جميعها is omitted in all of the examples. فأصل المثال الأول, the first example, the origin of this is that لا يسد النصيحة أحد إلا المخلصون. No one gives advice except the mukhlisun, the righteous ones. This was the origin, but أحد there was omitted. وكذا فحذف من الكلام لفظ أحد وبقي المثال بعد هذا الحذف كما رأيت. وكذلك يقال في المثالين الأخيرين آخرين. This is what you see in the second two examples also. وإذا تأملت المستثنى بإلا في هذه الأمثلة الثلاثة. If you look at the mustasna in the last three examples, you will see معربا على حسب موضعه في الكلام. You see that it depending on its position grammatically in the sentence, that is what will make the case. إلا كانت إلا كما لو كانت إلا غير موجودة. فهو في المثال الأول مرفوع على أنه فاعل. In the first example, that is example number 7, it is coming in nominative because carrying dhamma because it is subject of the sentence. وفي المثال الثاني, and the second example منصوب على أنه مفعول. B, it is coming with fatha as the object of the sentence. وفي المثال الثالث, and in the third examples مجرور بالباء, it is carrying kasra because ba appears before it. Now we have the rules. إذا كان المستثنى منه مذكورا, if the مستثنى منه is mentioned, وكان الكلام مثبتا, and the sentence is a positive sentence, وجب نصب المستثنى بإلا, then it is compulsory that المستثنى بإلا should be carrying fatha. Next we have إذا كان المستثنى منه مذكورا, if the مستثنى منه is also mentioned, وكان الكلام منفيا, and the sentence is a negative sentence, جاز في المستثنى بإلا أن ينصب على الاستثناء. it is allowed for you to make the mustasna to carry fatha because of exception, or and you yatba al mustasna minhu fi i'rabi, or you should follow the mustasna minhu in terms of i'rab. Lastly, إذا كان المستثنى منه محذوفا, if the mustasna minhu is omitted, أعرب المستثنى على حذف ما يقتضيه موضعه في تركيب كما لو كانت إلا غير موجودة, then you should arrange the mustasna, place the mustasna just as if the mustasna minhu was never mentioned. So you should come with dhamma if it is fa'il, with fatha as maf'ulun bi, or with kasra as majrurun bil harf al-jar. With this we come to the end of this lesson. We ask Allah to bless us. Until we meet, jazakumullahu khairan, wassalamu alaikum.